Well, this week on Reliving the Extreme, we are discussing the episode of ECW from June the 27th, 1995. Nate Maxson, your host, here with you, along with my brother Aaron.
Hello, everybody.
And Mr. Chad Austin.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Who is now experiencing our nice weather. They're in Maryland as we have the crap weather here again in Ohio. So you'll be getting that in a couple of days, Chad. Don't worry.
Like crap isn't what? Just cold?
Cold and gloomy and, yeah, gross.
All right, I'll deal with cold and gloomy as long as there's nothing falling out of the sky. If it's, I'll take if it's just dark but don't give me rain. Freezing rain's the worst. Sleet, hail. I mean, any of that nonsense.
Here's where it's raining danger. Here you go. Have fun with it. So like I said, this week we have an episode of ECW to review, but I wanted to bring up to you guys, I don't know if you saw or not, the most outlaw mud show of outlaw mud show shit went down a couple of days ago. I didn't even know XPW still existed.
Oh, I don't know anything about XPW.
Yes.
Seriously?
I did not know XPW even still existed.
I know
now they're in the news again.
Rob Black? Is he still even alive?
I figured he'd died of AIDS by now.
Well, no, I know somebody. It wasn't Rob Black, but I know somebody revived it after they did the fucking Dark Side of the Ring thing on it or whatever. But
that's sad. Why? All right.
I like the fact that you said XPW's in the news again. Like they were to begin with.
Well, they were a little bit in the news in 2000 or 99 or whatever,
but it's 2023.
But apparently, what happened, and I have not seen it, I will not watch it. It ain't anything I'm going to waste my time on. But apparently, they had a match, and then they had a death match of some sort, of course. And in the most outlaw mud show of outlaw mud show bullshits, one guy put a syringe through another guy's dick.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck? Let me see if because I thought I screenshotted something about it earlier, but I may not have.
Was this the one screenshot the dick, did you?
No, like I said, I'm not even looking to look at that. But
did this have anything to do with Big Effie? Or that guy Effie? I mean, was he involved in any of this?
I don't believe so. Let me see.
Who agrees to this? Who are the two people involved in this? What was their gimmicks, and why was this part of an angle? Oh, that's ridiculous.
I don't have any names.
Ridiculous.
Somebody named G. Raver was involved. I don't know.
My buddy knows that. My buddy knows them fucking guys. All them fucking goofs. G. Raver, yeah, they're all like in that Big Effie group. Crap. Whatever. Outlaw mud show shit. That stuff is like, I don't even want to hear about this stuff anymore. It's so bad. And then some of the shows that even like Chris Cruz post and stuff, like these cannot be real things. They could not be wrestling out there that looks like this. Who's allowing this?
What always blows my mind is you see these guys and they're wrestling. Let's not even call it wrestling. they're outlaw mud showing in front of like 12 people. It's like you are now full of staples and glass, and you're all shredded up, and you made what, $5 and a slice of pizza? Like what? Dude, what compels
that pizza?
What
pizza means someone? You're like mid card if you get the pizza. No, it's usually the hot dog and the Coke. Pizza, you're working mid card.
I just don't understand what compels someone money. Like
pizza's
because they want to be stars, man. They want to be stars. They want to play wrestler. I mean that's what it is. I mean, I don't understand how they get away with it. But like, are you serious? That's what you really wanted to do? Are you really fulfilled now? You got the adulation, of your uncle walking through the ring. Go get him, Chris.
Like you said, they want to make it in the business. Do they really think that someone like Triple H is even remotely watching. You know what I mean? Or anybody that works for the WWE is even paying attention to this.
Dude, there's so many. I used to hear stories years ago of some of the tapes that the WWE would find years later. Like they would come across like their audition tape, like just years later, and they had already worked there. You know what I mean? Like Jerry Lynn kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, oh, we got this guy named Jerry Lynn. We may want to take a look at him. He's already worked here for 15 years. You know what I mean? And it's amazing. People used to send me stuff all the time. Like that's back like in the mid 90s when I was traveling all the time, working all the little small spots. Like everybody gave me a picture or a tape. Who do you think saw that tape? Me and my drunken buddies. As soon as I got home from being on the road, like, you got to see this guy.
Aaron, correct me. Aaron, go ahead.
I was going to say, I was watching a shoot interview once with One Man Gang, and he said he was in the line at an airport and ran into Eric Bischoff, and Eric Bischoff looked at him and was like, "What are you doing here?" And he goes, "I work for you." Like
WCW, everybody.
Yeah, well, dude, that's what he said the same thing to me. Yeah, I mean, literally, like he knew I worked for ECW, but he didn't know that I worked for him. Yeah, and he's, "What are you doing here?" "I work here." Unbelievable.
Well, like that story, but I think isn't it Tommy Dreamer, Aaron, that said that some guy sent him a video of him killing a possum or something. Like,
yeah, they got he said he'd get all kinds of videos of ECW guys like putting themselves through tables, and he's like going over all of it, and he's like, "Then I got a video of a guy killing a possum." Like, right? That happened, I guess. Like, I don't know what that
he was doing. He was doing what to a possum?
Tommy said that he would get they'd get videos of guys trying to get into ECW doing stupid, crazy shit.
Oh, yeah, right. I got you.
And one of the videos that he popped in and played it was just a guy and he just murdered a possum on camera. Just like, all right, I guess. Like
he was the possum king before Baron Corbin. Yeah.
I could only imagine like the stuff that they get. I mean, geez, it's gotta be way worse than we even expect.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, or at least how do you even? If people are trying to send me their fucking audition tapes, thinking that I can get them work, you know, they found my address. I don't know. They're really capable of, you know, mailing it to Stanford, and they got to have some sort of a security thing where we can't just take all these packages in. Right? There's got to be a whole protocol for this stuff, right?
That would be a hell of a box or a barrel or whatever the fuck they got to go through. Just a box of old tapes of people sending their ridiculous auditions to the WWE. That could be a whole video,
a whole show.
Yeah.
I mean, A&E's basically fucking arts and wrestling. It's A&W now. It's just arts and wrestling now. They can do a whole show about jabroni tapes. Just call it that.
The jabroni tape.
Don't even call it the jabroni tape. Just jabroni tapes. That's what it is. It's just an hour of jabroni sending in their interviews of how big of stars they could be. The jabroni tapes.
Hosted by what's that idiot that like just
Frank Rizzo?
No, I was gonna say that idiot that just films himself jumping off his porch like through a TV or through a table.
Superhuman?
Yeah, Superhuman. Yeah, he can host it.
No, it's got to be Frank Rizzo. Jabroni tapes it. Oh, Frank Rizzo would be the best.
I'm surprised Superhuman hasn't wound up on AEW.
I don't even know who that is.
I'll send you some Superhuman shit. He's the guy that like throws himself into like shit. Like he'll say, "Fuck this shit for the juggalos," and then he jumps into like a fucking table filled with like barbed wire and Legos. It's the craziest fucking shit, but it's so entertaining. It's entertaining just because
Legos.
Like it'll just be a table, or like he'll just have like a pile of cactuses, and he's like, "This is for the juggalos," and then he takes a couple deep breaths, and he goes, "Fuck this shit," and then he'll just jump into the pile of cactuses.
Dude, maybe I have just seen like one thing and thought it was just a random, isolated one thing. I didn't know this guy is a goof and does it all the time.
He does it all the time.
You sound like you know him. He does it all the time.
Let's see.
Did you find him?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Superhuman.
So here we go. We don't we won't have a full hour to talk about this show anyway. So let's show Chad. Chad, I think once you see it, you're gonna realize you've seen this idiot. There he is, Superhuman.
What's he jumping into?
He is flying elbow drop onto cheese graters and toy cars, part 3.
Part 3.
This is Superhuman TV show. Today I'll be jumping onto cheese graters and toy cars. This is for the juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home, and I hope you like it. Whoop, whoop. Fuck this shit. Whoop, whoop. Fuck my elbow.
Just the fact that he's a juggler makes sense. Doesn't it?
No.
Oh, he's doing it again.
Done yet. Whoop, whoop. My back.
Yeah, just the fact that he's tied to him being a juggalo makes it believable.
Did you imagine?
This is some guy just trying to be famous, doing some goofy videos, and you realize he's a fucking juggalo.
Could you imagine being that guy's dad? Like standing on his deck,
his dad's filming it,
smoking a Pall Mall, just being like, "This is the fucking thing
I
I created."
I pictured. You know who I picture? I picture Tommy Lee Jones.
No, I picture Paul Christie.
What I was going to say, I saw a meme once and it's got Tommy Lee Jones. And it says Tommy Lee Jones always looks like his son told him he wants to be a unicyclist professionally.
I picture it being Paul Christie from Bruiser's WWA like 1977 or Buddy Rose. And some correlation of Buddy Rose.
You ever seen that promo where Paul Christie bops that chick that he's with like in the head with the microphone?
He bops her.
Yeah, he's like cutting a promo with like an 80s like a little metal microphone. He's like cutting the promo and she says something and then he's just like she tries to speak and he's just like boom, like he smacks her on the top of the head.
Just the fact that we had a Paul Christie moment on the show is worth it. You even remember who he was. I thought you were gonna think that I was insulting like somebody, a family member of yours or something. I was like, Paul Christie, yeah, man. Like I didn't get to see him too often, but I saw him in magazines way before I saw him on TV, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's great. Yeah, this guy's great for a lot of other reasons other than he's gonna draw me WrestleMania houses. Go south of that. Why he's great. He should be ECW.
Now that we've been through Mud Show shit, let's talk about ECW. June 27th, 1995. Man. Okay. So we start off, of course, with Recap Championship Wrestling. But I will say, I guess it is worth recapping or replaying the fact that the Gangsters have made their ECW debut. We show what happens last week with the Gangsters and the Public Enemy, and then they show outside footage of the police arresting the Gangsters, and we get that. So that's gritty. There's a Rodney chant going on, I assume for Rodney King at this time. We're still in the people still knew what the hell the Rodney King thing was at this point.
Yeah, this was great stuff, man. I mean, this was like if this was the opening of the next hour, like if somebody would have told me after they produced it and said, "Hey, watch this. This is what we're going to air on Tuesday night," I'd have been like, "Damn, you guys are nuts."
I'm hooked. Yeah,
this is what you're going to air, you know what I mean, for an hour. You know what I mean? on like Friday night or whatever it is. This is fucking crazy. This because it was after you watch it all put together at the end of it, you know you're like, dude, there's something here, man. There's something going on in South Philadelphia, and this is kind of like after how many weeks. I honestly, to be serious, how many times in the past few weeks have we been saying it's getting better?
Mm-hmm.
And then like this to me is a giant step forward in getting better.
Yeah, like we've been saying, like getting better and just becoming the ECW that everybody remembers. Like Raven's here now, Sandman's in his title reign, fucking the Gangsters have shown up. This is becoming ECW.
I'll take it all day long, man. I just hope the Gangsters and at the end when history's been written at the end, they're like they're the reason why ECW was so great. You know what I mean? Or either Public Enemy even. You know, I never want to have like unless you want to say Tommy Dreamer could be the possible face, but I just never want anybody to be bigger than the brand of ECW.
Right.
You know, it's just why it's ECW. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy talk.
Yeah, and I know New Jack isn't like your favorite guy in the world, just for different reasons, but he's one of the staples of ECW, and you're just seeing him come in. You know what I mean? Like it's like,
oh, totally, dude. I mean, you talk about a guy who left a mark. You know what I mean in the company. Fuck yeah, I'm not even putting my opinion to him. You know, I'm not even putting that in play. No, totally. That guy, he's like one of the, I don't know. He may not be a pillar, but there might not be a second floor. You know what I mean?
Well, and as far as North American pro wrestling goes in the mid 1990s, to quote Monty Python, when it comes to New Jack, and now for something completely different.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is one of the pillars of ECW, in my opinion. I think he's Black Sting for ECW. I've said it over and over. He's Black Sting.
All right. I mean, that's fine if that's your opinion. I mean, I got no problem. I just don't see it.
Joey Styles introduces us to the show for this week. He talks about the Gangsters coming in to ECW. Talks about their history with Smoky Mountain, et cetera, et cetera. And then. Why did I take a note? Do you ever take a note and you completely forget why you took the note?
Of course, every week.
Joey said something about should we air the footage? I'm wondering, was he talking about the barbed wire match? Was he talking about the beatdown?
No, he's talking about they're hesitant of playing the act like more of the footage of the Gangsters jumping Public Enemy because what he's saying is. Like they're selling that the Gangsters aren't signed with ECW. Like they just showed up and jumped the railing. So he's like, us showing this. He's saying they were on the fence of showing the footage, but they have to show the footage because he's being a journalist. But his
integrity is a question.
Yeah, he's saying the reason that he was skeptical of playing the footage was because it could encourage other wrestlers to think, oh, we can just jump the railing at a show that we're not even signed to and get into this company. You know,
could you imagine me doing that? Like for real, just seriously going into business for myself and just going to a show and hopping over the rail.
Just show up on Dynamite.
I can get away with that. I might even go over. The guys in the ring might even know I'm a shoot. I'll be a worker.
The other thing Joey did cool here, and I'm sure Paulie like fed it to him or whatever, but the other thing they did good here was showing the parallels of Public Enemy forming and the Gangsters forming because they kind of formed at the same time in rival companies. So he's like, he talks about them, the New Jack and Mustafa, and he uses their real names first, forming the Gangsters in Smoky Mountain. But we also had Public Enemy joining forces in ECW, and now the Gangsters have jumped the railing. They're not signed here, and now they want to attack the Public Enemy. So it's like these two teams that are the rising teams are wanting to like square off with each other.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it spot on, except for kind of one thing at the beginning. Like they weren't formed. They were potentially portraying kind of a already an established team kind of thing. Like they weren't like the two guys thrown together. Kind of, I mean, in reality they were, but they were never portrayed that way. And how long were these gangsters in Smoky Mountain? Like 4 months? No, I mean, I don't even know if they were there 4 months.
I'd have to go back and look.
I guess they had a run with rock and roll, right?
Yeah, they had the run with the rock and rolls.
They were there for about 6. I think it was at least 6 months.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I'm just saying it just seemed like they weren't like somebody that was Smoky Mountain original like myself. I was watching it from the beginning.
Then Joey comes back after the break and talks about tonight's card, and then he talks about how the two teams want to get at each other so badly, so it's already been signed. The Public Enemy against the Gangstas. He says that's coming up this Saturday night at the ECW Arena, and
you glossed over how they're saying that this match got booked. The match got booked because the Public Enemy supposedly said they'd quit ECW if the Gangstas weren't given a contract and a tag team title match.
So backstage playing yakety sax, you see Todd Gordon running around with a couple of pens and some papers flailing in the wind as he's running. Like he's doing the old school caper where he runs like from like corner to corner and up and down. You see him go back and forth in the same corner, and then
the Benny Hill music's playing in the background.
Yeah, yakety sax.
Yeah,
and like I said, papers are just flying all over the place. The gangsters walk out of one door, Public Enemy walk out of another door. Yeah, it's a classic. Why did they not do that? That would have been the best bit.
And how was there ever not a wrestler named Yakety Sax?
there probably was.
He's probably an XPW.
Yeah. Believe me, somewhere out there's a wrestler named Yakety Sax. if you Google it enough, maybe it's the black web. What do they call it? The dark web or something?
Dark web.
Maybe he's on the dark web, and you don't want to see what Yakety Sax is up to, or where he's up to.
He looks like Archie Mitchell.
No, I'm not going to say that.
We got to get an Archie Mitchell joke in there.
No. You saw how fast I intervened when you said Archie Mitchell. No, I ain't going to say that. You say it. I got my Mitchell reference. and I'm sorry it didn't involve Yakety Sax.
Well, up next, we get a little recap of what's been going on between Raven and Tommy Dreamer. And then we saw a little bit of footage of it last week, but, and I'm actually glad they did show it this week. We get pretty much the full match between Tommy Dreamer and the Vampire Warrior. It's your standard ECW kind of walk and brawl deal, but I like the dynamic of Luna being there. She adds to the fact that why these guys would even want to beat the shit out of each other. Right. Obviously they're saying she is, and then Joey even says during the match, I don't even know if they're broke up. I don't know if she's his ex or if Tommy's just boinking this guy's wife or what's going on.
Yeah, Joey Styles did kind of like it was really kind of quick, tongue in cheek kind of thing when he said like, I don't even know that they're even broke up. it was his delivery in it too. It made it even funnier. That was pretty cool.
I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a good ECW brawl, and it was entertaining in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll never shit on Luna anyway. All that shit, like Luna's always the best, and Vampiro, whatever his name is, I think I don't know why he didn't stay. Did he end up getting heat or something? Please tell me he didn't end up getting heat.
The funny thing is that he pretty much got heat everywhere he worked, but then as he's gone on in his career now, he's like respected. I don't know, like people are like, yeah, I like him, but seemed like I don't think his heat was ever with any of the boys. I think his heat was always with the Office. Like in the WWF when he was Gangrel, they thought he was too fat.
He also probably politicked his way out of getting to do jobs a lot. Because he probably thought he was protecting his gimmick, but yeah. I mean that makes sense to me. But yeah, I never heard anything bad about him. And
have you ever?
Good.
I was about to ask. Did you ever have any? Have you ever worked with him or had any interaction with him?
Me, no. I mean, I've only been on shows with him. a handful of times. I've been on shows with Luna before, but that was, I don't know, didn't they break up?
Yeah.
And then Luna was, because I know I used to be, if Luna was on the show, David was on the show. But then after a while, it was just Luna on the show, and David wasn't on the show. But yeah, Luna's a character, man. Oh, yeah.
I think part of his problem in the WWF was that obviously it was run by Vince McMahon, and he got put with Edge and Christian. So if you're Vince McMahon and you're looking at your product, and you see this guy standing next to Edge and Christian, who's the guy you think? Who's the two guys or the one guy you think Vince is going to say? Let's go.
I mean, yeah, you can totally make that argument, but I still think that the Vampire had a decent look. I mean,
I do too. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying, like, they even make a fat joke about him on Raw because they make Bob Holly. They're doing the super heavyweight thing, and Holly, he's like making people get on the scale and shit, and he's like weighing Christian, and then he weighs Edge, and then he looks at the scale and he's like, "Get up on the scale, you Count Chocula, fat bastard."
Count Chocula.
Holy shit! I would have loved if Vampire would have stayed. I thought he could have did something. I totally thought he could have did something with he could have could have worked for Raven, but in the course of working for Raven, he also gets branched off in a feud with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's always there for him, but boom, you bring another guy in, you get in a feud with him. Kind of a, you know, like I don't even want to say a B level, but it's like Raven's guy. I thought he could have been. You ever seen him as the Blackhearts with Tom? And I think it's against it's all Japan against Stan Hansen, and I don't remember who was Stan. It didn't even matter who Stan Hansen's partner was. Dude, he beats the crap out of both of these guys so bad that, you know, when they used to wear them socks on their heads, they could see through, but you couldn't see in. You could see where Hansen was hitting them with the corners of the chairs in Japan, and it was ripping the masks in the back, and the blood was coming out, like where he was just beating the shit out of them.
They were really screeching at that one.
Dude, it was brutal. And as I can sit here and tell you, I don't even know who Stan Hansen's partner was, because it didn't matter. Hansen just beat the crap out of these two Bruins. And I mean, yeah, I remember I got it as a tape through my guy, and I'm scanning through it, watching it. I'm like, oh, Blackhearts. I didn't know they did an All Japan deal, and I just saw them get their ass wore out by Hansen. Classic.
Would that have been in 93?
90. It would be 92, 93.
Because his partner might have been Ted DiBiase, because when Ted DiBiase left the WWF before he had to retire.
Oh, Hansen.
He went to All Japan and
David Heath.
No. I was saying that might have been who Hansen's partner was.
Yeah. What?
Instead of screeching like Warrior screeching, and the other one's just like,
no, but seriously, what I mean is that might have been Hansen's tag team partner, because DiBiase left the WWF, went to Japan, and he teamed with Hansen for a couple of months, and then found out his neck wasn't going to get any better, so he just retired. But
yeah, didn't DiBiase conveniently stay around long enough for him and Stan to win the Carnival Tag Tournament?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. That's how significant this neck injury was. Okay. Well, after me and Stan win this jabroni fictitious tournament thing, and I get a lot of money for doing it, my neck hurts.
I'm gonna go back to Vince now. Be a commentator.
Yep, pretty much. This fucking guy Lloyd called.
He's in London.
Yep, long distance.
Lloyd's of London.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Joey. Well, anyway, the match between Dreamer and the Vampire Warrior ends. Well, sorry. Vampire Warrior hits a DDT on Tommy Dreamer on the table. Joey says the story there is he's pretty sure Raven has taught the Vampire Warrior the DDT. And then Tommy Dreamer does the damnedest thing I've ever seen. He actually hits, I called it the kangaroo DDT. He hits Vampire Warrior with a DDT where he kind of jumps his plump ass up in the air, hits him with a DDT, and that's all she wrote. But I wrote down here, Tommy Dreamer with a kangaroo DDT for the.
Yeah, well, I'm Birdie. he made it happen. It was the best of that after he swung around and dropped him on his DDT'd him. That all you really see was Tommy's blue and black ass.
That's what I was to say. If Scott Steiner would have been calling this match, he would have been bad asses.
That's all you saw was that black and blue ass just sticking up.
Just a couple of fat asses.
Fucking Dreamer.
And then Dreamer gets the "He's Hardcore" chant from the ECW arena.
Oh, I thought my wife even said he watches porn or he did porn or something. I don't know.
Our Vampire Warrior now makes porn.
Oh, so they dubbed in that he's hardcore. ECW is so far down the chain of editing. When they used to the guy was like, "I'll make a joke right here," instead of saying he's hardcore. He does porn.
He does porn.
Job I would have.
All right. Then we get they show us the Beulah Luna deal from last week with Raven's promo also from last week. And then we get a Luna Vachon Tommy Dreamer promo.
Come on now.
That was good, man.
We get a Luna Vachon promo and then Tommy talks.
Dude, yeah, that's how you describe it. We got because I even wrote we got a Luna promo. It was great, and then Tommy Dreamer promo.
Aaron, any notes on the promo?
Just that Luna's promo was really good, and then Tommy tried to be all fucking deep.
Yeah, regular guy. I'm a regular guy in a violent world with an extreme girl.
Somebody needs to make like a meme or whatever, and take Tommy Dreamer out and put David Putty in. That's who Tommy Dreamer is. Yeah, that's right.
High five.
Yeah, that's Tommy.
Luna cuts her promo and he's just like, high five.
High five.
Oh no. I hope we didn't discover something here. Tommy Putty.
Luna cuts a promo and he's like, I can't read on planes.
That's right. Luna catches him talking to Francine on the plane. What are you making small talk with the girl across the seat? Yeah, that's right. Yes, I have to move on. That's how he ends the angles with the bras that he's with. I have to move on.
Put upon Tommy.
Blow off.
Put upon Tommy Putty. Yes.
That's his blow off matches. I have to move on. Well, you know who's going over in every feud.
Every tag team match when he goes to make the tag. High five.
That's right. That's the tag. like literally, this partner gets all pissed later on down the line. Whether it's the guy from the Penske file or something, he gets all pissed that he's got to constantly jump. It's got to be Jimmy, the guy with the shoes. He gets all pissed because he can't jump high enough to make the high five.
Which is convenient because the guy he wrestled on this show eventually ends up wearing the Puffy shirt.
On a Today Show. He was also the Grand Marshal of the Rose Bowl Parade.
Trying to find a way to work Jackie Childs in here somewhere.
Well, that's Paulie.
You put the bomb on. Who told you to put the bomb on?
Oh,
the maestro.
That was I was gonna say fucking Willie Scoop Watts.
It's Jackie Childs.
Jackie Childs and Willie Scoop Watts.
the illegitimate Watts kid.
Yeah, that's Jackie Childs.
Somewhere there's a Willie Joe Watts, whatever he said his name is. He's trying to collect on the old Mid-South air. He's trying to get his due for his cut from his daddy. Willie Scoop Watts. Begging you. Oh, boy.
All right. Well, up next, we have Joey comments on Tommy Dreamer's hand being injured. Dreamer and Luna are about to have some mixed tag team matches.
I mean, it didn't say how his hands got injured.
Well, last week, Raven did the whole.
I'm just saying, you're saying he talks about how Tommy Dreamer's hands get injured. What? If I was clicking the channel and Joey Styles was describing that the top babyface's hands are injured, and what is he doing? Is he turning heel? What is he doing that he hurt his hands?
Well, I know that he tried to sue Paulie over it, and he put on some cream and stuff.
The bomb.
He put the bomb on.
And Willie Scoops Watts. Who told you to put the bomb on?
Who told you to put the bomb
I said
on?
put the bomb on. I didn't tell you to put the bomb on.
That's ridiculous. And
It's
ludicrous.
the free bird hair cream. It's the bomb of
Sal Balomo's the soup Nazi.
Oh no. Oh, who knew? Don't even start this shit.
Nicole Bass obviously has man hands.
Yes. Oh, good Lord. Here we go. What is Bill Alfonso Newman?
Yeah.
I mean, don't start on this. At this point, I guess Francine has to be fucking Elaine.
Who's George?
And ECW, Tommy Dreamer.
I was gonna say Gordon.
Well, because of the physical similarities.
Yeah, Todd Gordon's George.
And nothing ever works right for him, but when it does, it's like it just happens. It wasn't his doing.
Yeah.
Like he takes credit
Once
for ECW.
it happens around him, and he just falls into it. Right?
He did. Yeah. Like literally, like even whatever it was on the one episode that just aired when he got when he was talking about he got his severance pay or whatever, and then Jerry was trying to explain to him like what he did for the Yankees, and he goes, "Nah, that wasn't me." And then somebody says, "Well, you made all the flight arrangements." He goes, "No, I don't know who did that." Like that's the gimmick. I don't know.
ECW sign.
Yeah, I mean, who would? I mean, Joey Styles would almost had to be Bob Sacramento, but you can't see him then. You only hear about him. Bill Alfonso would make a great bookman from the library episode when Jerry had to overdo library book from 1972. And that guy came in, the library policeman came in, and he cut that promo on Jerry about peepees and wee-wees that people were drawing in the New York Public Library books. Dude, that's one of the greatest promos ever. It totally is. It's a great promo.
I think I'm changing my soup Nazi. I think Taz should be soup Nazi.
Yeah. Oh, clearly, dude.
No soup for you, brother.
Probably after I left ECW, after this episode aired, whoever was there, somebody made the reference that Taz was the soup. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't even pretend to take credit for that if I were anybody just now saying it. Oh yeah, he was the soup Nazi. Right when after that aired, yeah, that's Taz. He's definitely the soup Nazi. Brother, I don't know what Taz's deal was. And the funny thing about Taz was nobody was scared of him. Like none of the boys. I may have been, but like any of the people that he was like working high up with, they were all like, "Come on, seriously." None of them were scared of Taz, and he was like, "I'll fuck you up, brother." No, you're probably not going to do that. No, I doubt it.
No suplex for you.
Yeah, brother.
The suplex Nazi.
just imagine if the soup Nazi
suplex Nazi. He's no longer the human wrecking machine. He's the suplex Nazi.
Fucking Taz.
You come back 1 year, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's move on.
Up next on the ECW show, they try their hand at comedy here with the ECW Encyclopedia. Our first entry, Jungle Jim Steele.
Oof.
Dennis Metis.
Dennis Metis. It says, a warrior of ultimate proportions. This former star of the Ted Turner-owned WCW organization has terrorized wrestling fans by his mere existence. That's the problem. Solution, call 911.
That's funny.
Paul was basically like, this guy fucking sucks.
Yeah, pretty much Paul saying that.
And then when the guy got to the building, he was like, listen, we're going to book you like you fucking suck.
No, he didn't tell him. He didn't tell him it was going to be in the ECW Encyclopedia. He was just like, oh, I'm going to get you over with this choke slam. It's going to be great. They fucking buried him.
His mere existence. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal, dude. Yeah,
that's the problem. That's the best part. Is that's the problem.
That's pretty brutal. His mere existence. Well, I mean, what was he gonna do? I mean, seriously, he's a WCW TV guy, right?
Yep.
And he's obviously not booked for WCW for this particular fucking evening, and he probably knew Paul or probably knows Paul or something. And Paul's like, "You want to make a payday?" And the guy clearly is not smart to bid in this.
Yeah, like what did you think was going to happen?
Jungle Jim Steele, for crying out loud. So yeah, he didn't know. How easy could Paul talk that guy into? Yeah, I'll give you like $400, $300.
Yeah, I picture it too. Just Paul talking and this big cretin just looking at him with his slack jaw hanging. Oh, sure, Paul. Yeah,
pretty much. Cool. Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, I was like, dude, I can't believe I wasn't there because I haven't been on TV in a couple of weeks, so I must have missed these tapings. But I'm like, oh my god, I wish I would have been there for this. Not because I guess every single person that was in that building, as soon as he came out to the ring, they knew where they were at.
They knew what was going on. They knew the story. And also, isn't Joey fantastic? When they show the footage of from last week of 911, giving the Jersey Devil or whoever 4 choke slams, and then they go to Joey, and he hears Jungle Jim Steele's music start playing, and then he gives that shit-eating grin to the camera. And I thought that was so funny. That was so funny because even Joey knows. Yeah, I know what's up here.
I want to know what song he actually came out to.
Oh, come on, seriously. I don't even have to.
I want it to be Jungle Boogie.
With what?
Jungle Boogie. Like
no, fucking Welcome to the Jungle. Come on.
Jungle Boogie would have been funnier.
Yeah, but we're talking about fucking Jungle Jim Steele, silly. I mean, we're not talking about a guy who puts a whole lot of thought into his character.
Well, I was just thinking about
Jim Steele. I'll come out to Welcome to the Jungle.
I'm trying to think like Paulie already knowing this guy's a fucking joke being in the ECW arena, so he's like, what? Let's have him come out to Jungle Boogie or did he feel the love tonight from the Lions?
I don't think he came out to that. I don't think he came out to any of that. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, no, I'm betting. If you're asking me, I'm betting he came out to Welcome to the Jungle, dude.
Or Morris Day in the Time. Jungle Love.
I don't think you come out to that. I'm not, for some other reason, I don't think that's happening either.
And the motherfucking time.
Morris Day in the Time. Playing as Jungle Jim Steele walks to his death.
Jesus. You got to think for this guy.
Go ahead, tell him what happened.
Yeah, Jungle Jim meanders out to the ring, and then he, of course, is going to be facing 911 here, and it's exactly what you expect. 911 obliterates Jungle Jim Steele with a choke slam, and the crowd keeps asking for more choke slams.
I know. Hang on before you get there. is Jungle Jim Steele, because we already talked about. Everybody knows that he worked for WCW as an enhancement talent, right? Job guy.
Yeah.
This
Okay, right?
This is also the most anybody's ever talked about Jungle Jim.
Right. But I mean, don't you think that it's possible that he could have made a case that he would have said, well, I need to get some offense in? Like, why not have the dude just do a couple of chops?
And then they're like, nah.
I mean, no, I ain't saying 911's got to sell it. Like, like he's got a bump or anything for it. But, a couple of chops, kind of stagger him, hit the ropes, kind of give him a couple more chops. Like, I don't know. Just, I thought literally if I was Jungle Jim and I had already done what he previously just did, whatever, I would have said, like, well, I need to get, at least something in. Not just, he just throws me in the corner. I got all baby old up in my little stupid outfit and all this nonsense.
Got my loincloth on, my baby oil.
Yes. And you're sending me out there for 38 seconds. All right. No. Jungle Jim Steele didn't do his business right. I'll tell you that.
And Paulie was like, I've already given you a pizza and $50. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and then Paulie probably cheated him out of that. Made up some excuse that the pizza store's closed.
He got a slice of the cheese pizza. He didn't get any of the pepperoni pizza.
No, he didn't get any pizza. The pizza was sold out and the kitchen was closed. I'll get you next time, buddy.
So here's a banana. Shut the fuck up.
Why? Because of the whole jungle thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Aaron, did you take better notes than me? Because there was the
notes. There's no notes.
The question I had, because Paulie's don't mock me, fucker.
You're in two different places.
What notes did they take?
Paulie dedicates the choke slams to people. He dedicates one to Renegade. I didn't catch the first one because I left the room to take a leak.
He dedicates the first one to WCW and Ted Turner.
Okay.
And
then the second one to Renegade. Jungle Jim Steele's tag team partner. And the third one to Bill. Go ahead.
He says to your brother Renegade, he's like, this next one is dedicated to your brother Renegade, who can't even impersonate an actually good gimmick.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did say that, man. Good catch. Yeah, he did say that. I didn't even make a note about it, but I thought that one of you guys so I would have heard it.
And then the other one was to Bill Alfonso.
As he said, yeah, of course, he says Bill fucking Alfonso.
Dude, what a fucking angle, man.
We were trying to break the Guinness World Record of 4 choke slams in one show.
Which I cry foul on anyway. I think me and Mikey hold the unofficial record. I think that's before they even started counting them. I'm thinking 4. I may have taken 6. Like,
you probably did. It's just like the Goldberg thing, At one point they were like, how many? Let's say he's won 67 matches in a row. I don't fucking know. And then they just came up with a number.
But yeah, I mean, but seriously, if I did the math, and probably on one TV taping alone, that I probably, or one weekend of TV tapings alone, I probably wrestled 6 times, and 4 of them would have been against 911, probably. And I just kept getting chokeslammed. So in a weekend, I could set a great pace for most chokeslams like weekly.
Old Jungle Jim Steele scooped your heat.
Nah, he's a one and done. He blew his chances.
To go back to something Aaron just said, I'd like to congratulate you guys on our show setting the Guinness World Records for longest time Jungle Jim Steele has been talked about on a podcast. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Is that official?
Is he even still alive?
That's official.
Yeah, the guy still calls into or the actual person that does the Guinness, that runs the Guinness gimmick. They still call in the radio shows and stuff and talk about like that when the new editions coming out and all the new records they have. They just, now you can just make up stuff, dude. Archie Mitchell, I did fucking whatever award gimmick. Yeah, anybody can get in there now.
I meant Jungle Jim Steele. Is he still alive? I know the Guinness Book of World Records is.
You don't think Jungle Jim Steele's in this Guinness Book of World Records?
Well, I don't know if he's still alive. Like,
But neither do I. Look at the Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah, I don't even know what his real name is. What's his real name? B. Jim Steele. Everybody's all looking up some goofy ass name. They're looking up Colorado Kid. People like that look at and
Nate, when you record this show, when you isolate this show and make it a show, send it to the Guinness Book of World Records. You can get in for Reliving the Extreme, the most amount of time that anybody discussed Jungle Jim Steele.
That's right. Oh, let me go upstairs real quick and grab a tape, and I can probably do it out 20 more minutes. Because I'm sure he's probably right on there on WCW Saturday night. And you get to see the sad look on Colonel Buddy Parker's face.
Oh.
We got through Chad's Wikipedia. Starting next week, we're going to
Oh, Jesus Christ.
go to the Wikipedia of Jungle Jim Steele.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, the only thing I did he didn't do was work at Smoky Mountain. What did Jungle Jim Steele do that I never did in my career?
Work at Jiffy Lube?
Yeah. Look like just a jabroni. I can just imagine his politicking in the locker room. I just know it was all wrong. Whoever taught him, whoever trained him, just never trained him.
With his look, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but with his look, I gotta be right. There's no way he didn't at some point wind up in IWCCW. He had to.
No. He came around. He came around like too late.
Okay.
Because he as fast as you saw him, that's as fast as you got there. And there wasn't a whole lot of preparation, so to speak, and training this guy for a year, 6 months. No, fuck no. With 2 weeks, there's no chance he had more than I wouldn't even give him a month of training. Not even a month of full training. Teach him how to bump.
Well, he's still alive.
Well, good for him.
I mean, it was that long run he had doing nothing. That short run he had to doing nothing. I wonder what he did for the rest of his career. Because that money didn't last forever. Jim Steele money. Yeah. What are you talking about, man? I got Jungle Jim Steele money.
He got trained by Steve Kern and Ron Sinkler.
Oh, that's Ron Slinker in Florida.
Yeah, and he went by the ring names Jim Steele, Love Machine X, Love Machine Steel, Wolf Hawkfield, and Lacrosse.
You say? Did you say Wolf Hawkfield?
Yes,
Wolf
right.
Hawkfield and Lacrosse.
There's no chance that he was the Lacrosse that worked for the AAA. No chance. Was it spelled like Lacross, or is there an X?
No, just LACROSSE. Lacrosse.
Okay. I mean, maybe it translates. Yeah, I was like, there's no way. I know who that guy is.
He also worked in All Japan Wrestling. How did that happen?
For who?
He worked in All Japan as Lacrosse. We'll talk about it next week when we delve into his Wikipedia.
That's right. Lacrosse.
Up next on the ECW show, Joey intros us.
Got that name because people just kept wanting to throw hard wooden balls into his fucking face.
Maybe he's Indian. That was the first sport he learned. Dude, that's our state sport, stupid. Can you believe that?
Stupid.
This fucking ham and egg and Mexican wrestler guy, whatever, lacrosse.
Joey takes us to footage from the barbed wire match for the ECW championship between Cactus Jack and the Sandman. And what we get to see of the match is pretty brutal, obviously. Any comments on the footage they show us before we go to the angle?
Not a whole lot, because I was just it's one of those things where I was just watching it because, like he said, it was brutal. Both guys were doing their shit in there, and I enjoyed it. And
there is a difference. There is a difference between this and Outlaw Mud Show bullshit.
Yeah, and then Aaron, can't you also appreciate that Joey Styles is not only professional enough, but good enough to know when to lay out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like you'll hear him shut up for a minute and a half. If that went on Monday Night Raw, people would be getting fired. You know what I mean? They'd be like, "What are you doing? There's the Snickers." But you know, and Joey Styles is like, "I'm just gonna let this do all the talking."
Yeah. When Cactus Jack is lashing the Sandman with barbed wire across his back, Joey doesn't need to say anything. It's speaking for itself.
Pretty much, yeah. If you're watching what I'm watching, I ain't got to tell you what you're watching. Yeah, it's good shit.
And then the angle begins. The post-match angle begins because Cactus Jack actually does knock the Sandman down, and he passes out for a 10 count from the referee, to which they proclaim that Cactus Jack is the new champion. And here comes the spoiler. Here comes Bill Alfonso to come out and be the piece of shit that says the ECW title cannot change hands on a 10 count, much to the chagrin of the fans. He gets into it with Jim Molyneux and knocks Molyneux on his ass.
He kind of starts as the Newman of ECW, but as it goes on, does he eventually morph? Would he kind of somewhat morph into the Kramer of ECW?
Who, Fonzie?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I know. I mean, I've got to think about this one.
Because I would think
Fonzie's. I mean, no, because I mean, he would. No, he would. You would want him to be. You would want him to be Kramer, but he's a heel.
I know, but I'm saying like later on, he kind of becomes the Kramer, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he kind of turns babyface when there's just no such thing as baby faces or heels, right? So he just becomes an overact.
Gertner would end up being Newman, I would think.
Oh, yeah.
Hello,
FDR.
Hello,
FDR.
Hello, Gertner.
No, he's FDR, Franklin Delano Romanowski. He's the guy that wishes Kramer dropped dead because of an eyelash or some shit or a shooting star that he saw. Yeah, Franklin Delano Romanowski is worse than Newman. I already have a Newman. I got a guy that looks just like him. He's a good friend of mine. Just like him. Dead ringer. And don't call him that. He does not like it. Sorry.
Is it one of those things where he's like, yeah, I never heard that before?
Oh, no. He'll be like, okay. That's, I've been hearing it for 30 years. You know what I mean? Enough. I look like Newman. And he knows it's not good. So in a roundabout way, he knows we're making fun of him.
Well, Fonzie restarts the match here. Sandman wraps wire around Cactus Jack's throat as the referees are arguing. Cactus kind of goes to the outside, and then Fonzie, in his infinite wisdom, of course, determines that Cactus Jack, without Cactus Jack even acknowledging it, cannot continue with the match and awards the belt back to the Sandman. And more nuclear heat for Fonzie here. What a great job. What a great angle. This is good shit, pal.
Fonzie's always good, dude. I mean, his shit it's not only believable, because I bet you somewhere in that fucking dumb brain of his, he actually believes that he's still an NWA official or whatever, or some shit. Like, I bet you he's still the only guy that goes down to like the the courthouse in the neighborhood that he lives at and renews his referee license like every year. You know,
I'm here to renew, Daddy.
yeah, that's right, Daddy. He's in there. He's standing in line at 6:30, like the rest of the rooms, waiting for him to open up. And he's like, "It's right, it's official." Alfonso is tremendous, man. He's been great, you know, up until now and including now. But I mean, he's still got some good shit to do.
Anything else on this?
I just enjoyed it, and the promo that Sandman cuts after it is
Great.
He's a great.
It is great. I mean, it's his character has finally completely evolved into like the Sandman character, in my opinion. Like, oh, go ahead. Sorry, Nate.
I was just going to say, for those of you that just listen and don't follow or watch the shows as we watch the shows, essentially what Sandman's promo is, originally when I won the title, I just won the title because I was just fucking with Cactus Jack and Shane Douglas, and it was fun. But now I have the title, and I've been keeping the title, and it's not a fluke anymore. And if I was willing to do what I did to win it when I didn't care, imagine what I'll do now because I'm starting to like this.
Yeah,
you know,
I might want to keep this.
Yeah, and it's a great, like Aaron said, it's a great metamorphosis of his character with the promo.
They're transforming him into being the big or the top baby, or not top baby, he's top heel. I know Raven's in there, you know, but Raven is kind of he's not their main event heel at this point.
Yeah,
and I think Paulie knew obviously that Shane was leaving, so he had to make sure that he had a guy that he knew was sticking around, was going to be his main focal point and his main heel, and that's what he did with him. At this,
yeah, I thought it was cool that at any given point that Paul could flip flop 1, 2, or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had that much of a depth that he could flip flop a 1, 2, or 3. And his ability to do that was just like, dude, this was, you know, shit happens. People were, angles to go awry. People were like, that. And when Paul would just create shit. All right, well, whatever I had planned, that we're not even going close to going there. We got to do this, and that's one of Paul's strong points. Is just it's giving the people what they want. Is at the end of the day, is what it is. That's probably how they came up. Whatever he does out there, when he changes up stuff, sends people out there, give them what they want. Sandman and Cactus, seriously, they were people, and people were salivating.
And to end the show, first of all, Joey Styles runs through all the current programs, what you're going to be seeing going on in the ECW arena, and then we get a footage from outside, and the Gangstas are standing on top of a car, and we get our first ECW Gangstas promo. It's not long.
It's
not
under
long.
95. It's at the arena. It's about. It's under. That's where the arena's at.
It's pretty much in the same place where a few months ago we saw Public Enemy cutting all those promos, right?
It's right down the street from the arena. It's underneath under Route 95. It's just a big crappy area wherever the ECW arena's at, so they can walk 25 feet either way and it still be a crappy area. Just keep walking blocks and crappy area. Just keep going.
The only difference is that fucking Rocco and Johnny probably actually got mugged, and nobody was going to actually mug New Jack and Mustafa.
Oh, that was the things. Yeah, even it. Yeah.
You walk over to mug these guys, and Mustafa stand there going, like, all right, I'm not gonna forget it. I don't weigh his wallet that
there's a reason why Eddie Gilbert went down to South Street and partied during the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By that point, the gangsters and all, they Public Enemy. Johnny, we ain't going down there. We may run into that big Mustafa guy. Oh, jeez. Oh, good Lord.
The guys who were like, oh, we mugged those 2 fat white guys 6 months ago. Let's go down there and see what we can do with this guy, because they got a crew down there. And then they get down there. it's fucking Mustafa and New Jack. Like, never mind.
I mean, did you ever hear the story of Mustafa going crazy? I guess I probably didn't tell on the show, but did you guys never read it?
Not that I know of.
Or he like used to like snort or smoke the pencil shavings, like stuff like that, and then he just went like he like flipped out, and I don't know if he hurt people or something, but I just knew that his pencil shaving habit that he smoked made the national news. Like, I know that fucking jabroni. Pencil shavings. What the fuck?
Well, overall, I would say this was a good episode of ECW. I enjoyed this episode. It even had Jungle Jim Steele on it, and it was good. So what can you say? They're hitting their stride as a promotion, and things are, like we said earlier, things are coming together. Chad, Aaron, what did you guys think overall?
I like the fact that Paul he's knowing his audience to the point now where he's flaunting bringing in a Jungle Jim Steele. He knew, you know what I mean. I love the fact that he goes like, all right, this is how I'm building my shows, and look at the way it's going, and the crowd's going bananas, and this was no exception. Sandman stuff was phenomenal. Pepper in the 911, and then the Raven stuff. Yeah, good stuff, man. Very, very good show.
I agree, and what I'd say is, like, I know we joke about it being like recapping the Extreme or whatever, but this was a good balance of reminding you what was going on, but adding to what we already recapped. You know what I mean? Like episodes before, it was just like recap. It's like, okay, we're gonna recap, but we're gonna add to it. It's like okay, we showed you what happened last week with Vampire Warrior and Tommy Dreamer, but now we're gonna show you the whole match. Or okay, this happened with like the Gangsters and Public Enemy, but we're gonna end like they did a good bookend with the Gangsters attack Public Enemy. Well, now the Gangsters are now, and how you even said, Nate, oh, they're right where Public Enemy cut their promos. That's a cool thing because now the Gangsters are technically
on Public Enemy's turf.
Ground, they're on their turf, and they're saying we're the fucking badasses. It's good shit. Like, this whole show was good. I enjoyed everything about it.
Yeah, it was, man. I mean, it for the whatever 47 minutes, whatever it was that was on TV, it told a story from beginning to end. Whatever story they were telling, they told that story, and they added to a story. It's like a soap opera. That's what it's supposed to be. Seriously.
Yep.
I don't understand what people were doing, but it's what it's supposed to be. It was done well, and it totally led you for your anticipation to continue watching to see what happens next.
Exactly.
This was the most ECW show we've watched so far.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
All right. And of course, on that note, then we will say any parting words from Mr. Aaron or Mr. Chad.
Yeah, man. Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate it. I mean, I hear the numbers are getting better and better. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell a wrestler. Keep listening.
Aaron?
Just like Chad said, keep listening. The best way to build a podcast audience is to tell people. We don't have any advertising, so just tell your friends about it, share it, talk about it. It's the best. This is the best wrestling podcast that I know of. It's the funniest one. It's the most honest one, and
definitely honest. I tell you that, man.
And if you don't enjoy it, then listen to fucking NPR or something. I don't give a fuck what you do.
Do shit. Sounds like it, man. No, I agree. I agree with everything you said, dude. This show is a fantastic show. I'm having a great time doing it. You two fucking jabronis are fine. Um, and I appreciate I hear a lot of good stuff about this, man, from people that message that on the message thing we do. I don't know how you do that shit. I heard the show was funny or some shit. Yeah, it's funny. Was it my show? Was it Bottom Feeders?
That is going to be a wrap for this week's edition of Reliving the Extreme. I want to thank you all for joining us this week, and of course, we will see you next week. But before we go, I just want to remind you, if you really enjoy this show and want to support us, we appreciate your support anyway. Your listenership is great. But now, of course, Reliving the Extreme is available on Patreon. It's patreon.com/reliving the extreme. We have a couple of different tiers there for $5 a month to you. Number one, you're supporting the show, which again is greatly appreciated. But we're also going to have bonus episodes of the show on that tier. We'll record different shows, not necessarily even talking about ECW, maybe old school wrestling, territory wrestling, what have you. And then also I'm going to start uploading the raw audio from every recording of this show, because a lot of stuff does hit the floor, and there's a lot of funny stuff that doesn't make it, because maybe it's before we've officially started recording the show, or maybe there was something said that was a little off color that I took out of the podcast. But the unedited audio of each episode will start going up as well. You can also get all of this plus immediate access to the video recording of each show that we do pretty much immediately, as soon as I can upload it, immediately following the recording of the show, plus the exclusive content, plus the raw audio for $10 a month. And then the $15 a month tier also features all of those features, and the fact that you, as a $15 a month patron, will get to join us as a co-host on selected episodes of the show. So, that being said, just wanted to throw that out there if you want to check it out. Reliving the Extreme. Patreon.com/reliving the extreme. $5 a month gets you in the door, and then see where you go from there. Come join us for more fun with Reliving the Extreme. That being said, everybody, we will see you next time around. As I believe next week we are covering June. I think we're going to be into July of 1995. So we'll see you next week on the show. Have a great week, everybody, and thanks for listening.